Hello, Kate.
Hey, Mauro, nice to see you again. Tell me about the narrative coach.
So, narrative coaching is essentially a way of coaching where I facilitate change in my clients by using the lens of storytelling to really bring that kind of insight into what we're trying to do. So, the great thing about stories and narratives in general is they've been throughout with us throughout the whole of history, and they're kind of common across the whole world. So, people get stories, they understand them. So, it's a really powerful mechanism in which to kind of coach people. What about yourself? What about your particular type of coaching?
Well, first of all, let me say it is very powerful, having experienced it myself. Yeah, you get to new places, really brilliant places. Um, First foot forward. I coach leaders and aspiring leaders, and I work with them to help them succeed and to get to where they want to be.
Hmm. So we're obviously here today, Kate, to talk about a recent piece of research that we've done, polling our collective clients. So we've reached out to 80 of them to talk about why they come to coaching and the value they've got from coming to coaching. So um, just maybe just get your initial reflections really on what the findings have sort of meant for you.
I find these findings really, really interesting because you know what, Maro, they chimed with my own experience. What I'm finding is that my clients are coming to coaching really feeling quite overwhelmed and
Mm,
unsettled by today's environment.
yeah.
And they leave with new confidence and clarity and an action plan that they can put into place with relative ease. And what I'm seeing is that this safe space that coaching gives clients to think and explore and experiment with new ideas is helping them unlock their thinking
Mm.
and get to where they want to get to. And they often leave our sessions with a smile. It's such a relief to have got to the other side of where they need to get to. What about you?
Well, I was just going to say, just as you were talking there, I love the fact that you included within that the action plan, because it's not just about a nice conversation, isn't it? It's about coming out with, some goals, some actions you want to take to really kind of embed and affect the change that your clients are so kind of looking to kind of make, basically. Yeah, so sort of similarly, really, I found that with my clients sort of tend to sort of come to me because I kind of refer to it as a bit of a restlessness sometimes.
Yeah,
This feeling inside them that something's just not right. Sometimes they know what it is and it's quite clear. Sometimes they just got this feeling, I say, of being stuck or being lost. Maybe they kind of want to transition to something new, but they don't quite know what that new thing is just yet. And so narrative coaching is really a lot of that is about how can you facilitate that kind of clarity of thinking as that precursor to change. So what do you need to do first before you can even make the change? And I think what we saw from our research findings is that it totally emphasizes that value of coaching on helping clients around their thinking, their mindsets, and their perspectives. And as you say, my clients tend to leave those sessions often clearer on which are the narratives or which are the stories that they tell themselves are the things that they want to kind of keep with them that will propel them forward. But equally, and probably more importantly, what are the things that they kind of have to leave behind because they're almost acting as kind of brakes on them and stopping them moving forward.
yeah. And also, it's really interesting how coaching gives them that safe space
Yeah,
to think
yeah,
and
and I,
come up with a new mindset and unblock thinking.
I think that safe space that you mentioned earlier on is so key to it, isn't it? It's about having first, I suppose, the relationship with your clients that they feel comfortable enough to be able to kind of just share, but also slow down because so much of what the way we live our lives is so fast paced, so quick. It feels like we're in a tornado or a whirlwind of activity. And I always say to my clients at the start of a session, okay, just think that we're stepping out of that tornado into this much more slowed down, calm, safe environment where we can help you do your best thinking.
Yeah, and I'd just add one thing to you talked about the lens of narrative. I think we both have in common a kind of lens of kindness to give
Yeah,
clients the space to think and explore and get to where they want to be.
absolutely. So, for those kind of watching this, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about our particular types of coaching, I've just put a slide up there that has our contact details. So please reach out to Kate or to myself if your interest has been piqued. But we'd love to sort of have a conversation with you, and let's look to see how potentially we could kind of work together and help you achieve your goals. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Cheers, Kate.
Cheers.